Is Marquinhos our new Bukayo Saka? We will have to see. Welcome back to Arsenal Podcast, the Matchday 2022-2023 review. And of course, this is the first game of the Europa League campaign. Of course, Arsenal was out last season, and this season, this is the season where I believe we should probably take it all this time. And at the same time, we beat FC Zürich 2-1. Of course, we were traveling away from home, and there are quite a lot of stuff to discuss because this is not just a typical Arsenal team that we've been seeing for the past 6 games in the league. And this is a game where it's all about, getting minutes in, getting a few opportunities for some of the newcomers. And honestly, I do enjoy a lot. Not the cleanest game for sure because I felt like, I know that FC Zurich, I don't think they have won a single game yet in the league for the Swiss league. And of course, on the other side, Arsenal is at the top of the league right now. So there's a massive contrast between these two teams. Of course, for us, there's a message that we are going to redeem from what happened at Old Trafford. And for Zurich, they are trying to win the first game in the campaign. But of course, in the end, we came out on top. Like I said, not the cleanest win for sure. But before going into the main part of the game, of course, I do wanna say thank you for a lot of viewers who tune up to my previous match day review. Of course, the one with Arsenal against United away from home. I got 1,600 views. I don't think I have done anything football related content, and getting that many views was just incredible. So thank you guys for doing that, for watching or listening from all over the world. I really do appreciate it. The main point of this channel is trying to connect with all the Gunners around the world. And of course, right now I'm situated in Canada, Vancouver, and football is not quite not a big thing here in Canada, or at least for the Premier League. And I'm here just trying to talk about, or just voice out my opinions, my thoughts on the game, some specific tactics, how I feel about the game and stuff like that. It's just how I see the game in general. I understand a lot of you guys watch the games very differently. You guys might probably think that, like Arteta approach, it's good, but for me it could be completely the opposite. This channel, or this segment of the video, it's more of a discussion. Let's have a discourse about it, because I feel like I'm pretty sure everybody has their own different opinions in terms of how the game goes and stuff like that. So I'll just put it out there. Just again, I wanted to say thank you. And right now we're moving on pretty much to how I see this, how we approach to this game. Obviously, it's the Europa League. We haven't played a single Europa League since our exit. I forgot who we played against 2 seasons ago. But yeah, last season, the fact that we didn't have Europa League, solely focusing on the Premier League, yeah, we missed out top 4. But jumping from 8th to 5th, it's a massive boost to the team, of course. If you guys think that, if Arteta didn't improve from 8th to 5th, I don't think Jesus will come. I don't think Fabio Vieira will come. I don't think Zinchenko will come. It would have been a very totally different approach to the transfer market. But the fact that Arteta, not giving up Europa League, but not having Europa League as one of the main distractions for your Premier League campaign, it's huge, because everybody was fully focused on that. And of course, not a lot of fixtures are being played, which means players get 1 game per week, which is awesome. But right now we are having another league during the week, and how it's well, in terms of how it's going to affect our players, I want to go through that as well. But today, this game, it's all about the rotational changes, getting some minutes on. For example, Fabio Vieira, he is bound to happen and start this game like 100% for sure. We all know that Emil Smith-Rowe was ruled out because he pulled his hamstring, I believe, during the warm down after the United game, which is a bummer for him because I think he's definitely deserved some minutes. He definitely didn't really play it a lot compared to towards the end of the last season, and since then I don't like. The thing is, I'm worried about Smith Rowe because he's such a great player, but the fact that he has been so injury prone for the past few months, I'm thinking about I know it's a crazy thought, but it might be a chance for us to sell Smith Rowe during this time. I know it's a very unpopular opinion, but based on his injury record for the past few months, I think it could be the right call. But hopefully, Smith Rowe is gonna be healthy remainder of the season. I really do hope so because I think the fact that he's wearing number 10, the fact that he has so much weight on his shoulder, wearing the number, and at the same time, coming from Hell End. From Hell End to the first team, it's a big achievement. So I really hope that he's gonna come back stronger. And who else? I think Matt Turner, the American goalkeeper. Again, this is a big test for him because, of course, truly, we all know that Bernd Leno clashes with Arsenal. I think it was like yesterday or 2 days ago about his comment about how Arsenal is playing politics within the hierarchy, making or leading Bernd Leno to leave, which is, I find out completely odd because honestly it's I didn't quite see that, but the fact that he pointed out Matt Turner, it does make sense in a way because I feel like American goalkeeper having a American owner of the club, I don't know, is it a way for the Americans trying to break into the market, or American players breaking into the Arsenal market or the Premier League market? I'm not sure, but Matt Turner has become some sort of a big subject behind that topic matter, and I really do hope that it's not going to affect Matt Turner at all. And today, Matt Turner, I don't think he did anything wrong. I don't think we gave up that penalty. He couldn't do anything about it, but of course there were points where I felt a little bit doubtful, especially the first 20-30 minutes. There were a time where he kind of misplaced a pass with his left foot, but thank God the other team's striker didn't put that one into the goal. But that was about it. I don't remember a single thing, but seems to be a very steady goalkeeper. He doesn't have a floppy hand, which is good, to be honest. Quite commanding in the air. Something like, actually there's one where a corner kick was coming in. He was kind of 50-50 it. Again, there's certainly so much to improve for him, but if he is willing to play as a backup, and as long as Aaron Ramsdale is healthy for the remainder of the season, I think based on the structure for the goalkeepers are pretty much very nice. And of course, Nketiah coming on as well. But the midfield too, I know it's going to happen, to be honest. You don't have another senior players in the midfield position. So putting Saka and also Samuel Lokonga in that area, it's reasonable. It's great to have Kieran Tierney, Tomiyasu, and also Holding start for the club as well. And of course, Gabriel was the only player that who featured in the past 5-6 games for the Gunners throughout the whole season. He got a full 90 minutes as well. And of course, and then in terms of Martinelli, that one's it's a very tough one because there are quite a debate whether if you want to rest Bukayo Saka or Martinelli. But I think based on the profile of Marquinhos, he is more suitable on the right-hand side. Again, he is more of an inverted winger, cuts back inside and shoots and cross, whatever. Marquinhos is very good at that, but we never actually seen him playing as a left winger role. And this is something that if Arsenal that didn't sign anybody or towards the end of the transfer window, because I feel like one extra signing would have probably helped the team massively. You either take out Saka or you take out Martinelli. That makes a big difference in terms of their fitness. And then Nketiah led the line. And of course, this is the big competition for Nketiah for sure, because I'm pretty sure he was promised he will start every Europa League game and cup games as well. That's why he signed the extended deal, and I think that was a very good decision as well, because I felt like you don't find a profile similar like Eddie, 23-year-old, signed a new contract, relatively cheap. I would say have so much to improve on. Arsenal man as well. So you know what? There is he has nothing to lose, but the fact that he just need to show, why Arteta should also pick him in the Europa League, because yeah, for the last few Europa League campaign, I don't remember. I think he features a few times. That was about it. But he's pretty much the main guy for Europa League. So I really do hope that he's gonna do well throughout the whole campaign. So going to this game, the first 10 minutes again, we kind of dominated possession as usual, but at one point just got a little bit boring, quite predictive as well. We all know that we don't have, it's a different team. At the same time, it's a different team, but you just have to work through with it. You have to work on the chemistry together on the pitch. And 15 minutes in, again, a very well structured goal in general. Fabio Vieira, I remember he got the ball off a deflection, I believe so. He just kind of took a touch outside and, of course, just lays it off to Nketiah on the side. It was perfectly weighted ball to the left-hand side, and it's all about counter-attack, and Eddie Nketiah has the pace to run through the defense, or no, not run through the defense, but just trying to keep himself on the side pitch right there. And of course, Marquinhos is like storming from the back to the front. And of course, I know that cross took a little bit of a deflection, but what a great finish by Marquinhos. Apparently, the way how I see him, he is a player where he reminds me of Tomiyasu just a little bit. Whereas Tomiyasu is not as technical gifted as Marquinhos, but both of them are very simple. You don't see them trying to like go past the defender, just the basic pass and move and stuff like that. If they know that they're not going to get through somebody, they wouldn't force themselves, going through or dribble past a player, because that's not quite their game. I'm pretty sure Marquinhos could potentially develop into a much stronger, much better version of himself right now. He's only 19-year-old. But the fact that the way how he finished that goal was so impressive. It's the fact that, the ball came in. He has all the space in the middle, but the fact that he doesn't quite, full swing his boots to behind of the net, that was impressive. All he did was just side-foot it, just go for it, top left corner. Very simple. You just have to tap that one in. You don't need power or anything. You just make good connection with the ball, and that just went in. And you guys can see how much, how that, it meant so much to Marquinhos, of course. Coming from Sao Paulo with his family, new to the country. There's speculation where he was about to go out on loan, but Arteta wants him to stay, and there's a reason for that. And of course, there's a reason why we didn't sign a new winger as well. We all know that Reece Nelson might be back anytime soon. Honestly, if Reece Nelson is healthy, I hope he's going to play on the left hand flank, replacing Martinelli, because I think Martinelli should be rested at this point. But I'll go through that later. And Marquinhos, what a great player! I really do hope that I'm going to see more from him in the near future. Especially, I mean, of course, we all hope that there's a Premier League game where we battered the other team 3-4-0 with 20 minutes remaining to go, and we have complete domination of the ball. Then I really do love to see Marquinhos coming up, because again, I think he deserved it. I think he should perform in front of the home crowd to see who he is, as a player, as a person as well. And later on in the remainder of the first half, nothing much. It's just not a lot of breakthrough. But of course, you guys can see Fabio Vieira, very very charming on the pitch as well. Of course, he's not like physically very gifted as a player, but his agility, his smartness, and everything just kind of makes him stood out in front of the game. And you guys can see, well, a few criticism, but it's not really a big thing for Fabio Vieira. I know that this is essentially his first start for the club. Over like I think like 2 months. Yeah, it was unfortunate how he picked up an injury while doing the medical. Finally, he's back. I'm sure we're gonna see more of him. I'm pretty sure that he has more to offer. But right now, what we're seeing is just like the simple protocol of a simple prototype of Fabio Vieira. He's not at his best yet, but you guys can see what he really got. But at the same time, he was a little bit clumsy here and there with his touches, his passes, and stuff like that. But anyway, I think it was great. And of course, towards the end, unfortunately, we gave up that penalty. Again, I don't think we were very good at that with this team. It's the fact that we could have probably cleared the ball, the first bounce off, like before the first bounce from any ball coming like from a cross or from anything. We just don't deal with that very often. And at the same time, our transition to defense, it's something that we kind of lacking. Even though we weren't exposed, but there were times where it could have easily be prevented if we play our first 11. But again, it's Zürich. I would say it's fine, but honestly, Zürich did put up a very good fight against us. Of course, that penalty in Ketia again. I felt like if we have dealt with the first ball sooner, I don't think we would have given up that penalty. But of course, very clumsy challenge by Nketiah, and a penalty slot to one in by the player who scored that goal. Matt Turner couldn't do anything, and it was 1-1 going to halftime, and I was like, oh my god, I don't know how this game would turn out. But of course, we all received news of the passing of Queen Elizabeth II. My condolences to the family, of course, and of course, I think it's a right gesture for the club to have a 1 minute silence before the second half. I think it's just the right thing to do. And there might be speculation where the game on Friday is going to be postponed, and also the game on the weekend. If they do it, I totally respect it, because again, it's a big thing. It's a big news for the UK in general. And moving on to the second half again, it's just, I don't know, our attack has been quite predictive. We just don't have a lot of shots. We try to have more shots in the opposition half or in the box as well, but it comes up empty. And Ketia with 2 shots, I believe so, but one of them went over the bar, the other one just went straight to the goalkeeper. When we try and do like a diagonal passes, it's smooth, but we don't have the end product for it. And there are a few times where we pretty much kind of threw on goal on the left hand side, but Martinelli just kind of puts it over. And you can tell Martinelli wasn't at his best, because again, I'm sure he's tired. I really hope the game on Sunday, if it's not postponed, I hope he is going to be good to go, because I really do think he deserves to be somewhere in the team, somewhere in the Premier League as well. Deserve more recognition within the league. But yeah, and didn't quite happen a lot of stuff. It didn't happen quite a lot, to be honest. I almost fell asleep, to be honest. But another breakthrough goal, I believe, came in the late 50 minutes or early 60 minutes. A great cross from Marquinhos, just pinpoint perfect over the goal. The cross was over the defender, exactly where Nketiah landed, or where he was. And of course, Nketiah, a very smart finish as well. From that tight angle, you can't really go for, you can't go for a high shot, to be honest. It's a high header, but he decided to head it to the ground, bounces right off in front of the goalkeeper's eyes, and it converts into a goal. That's a very smart finish. And other than that, we are 2-1 up, but again, we have Jesus on, Saka on, Odegaard on as well. and Sinchenko coming back as well. So we make 4 substitutions. But Granit Xhaka again, another perfect game for him, to be honest. Barely slipped up. It was just unfortunate where Matt Turner didn't get a goal. But other than that, we play. I would say we play well. Not very good. Definitely could have a lot of room for improvement. But I think in general we play well. I was hoping to see a goal from Jesus, a goal from Saka, or a goal from Odegaard. Just an extra goal after making those 4 substitutions. And of course, I know that if we score another one in the last 5-10 minutes of the game, I felt like maybe I think Matthew Smith, Arsenal youngsters. By the way, he has more. I believe he has more medal than. I think he has a medal for the FA Cup final win against Chelsea. And I don't think Mesut Ozil did, which is quite funny because Matt Smith didn't do anything, but he was there for the participation trophy, and you know what? Of course, it's a great day for him. But I was hoping that he is going to get some minute in the last 5-10 minutes, replacing either Sambi or Xhaka. But again, based on the scoreline, it just couldn't happen because I feel like with how thin the midfield is right now, I think, because right now when you think about it, Xhaka plays as a left 8, Partey playing as a sole 6, Sambi can play both 6 and also 8, and El Neni, who's going to be out for a few months, can play as a sole number 6. And of course, Smith Rowe can play as a number 8 as well, but it really depends on his fitness. And the next player in line in those 2 positions are pretty much Matt Smith. And I'm actually excited for him. I really do hope that the next Europa League game, or the next time when he's on the bench, I really do. Well, we have 5 substitutions anyway, so why not just throw in some of the youngsters? I know eventually we're gonna do that at some point in the group stage. So I really do hope we're going to see some new youngsters again. This is a competition for new opportunities for various youngsters, for more minutes for fringe player, squad player. It's their time to shine, pretty much. So right now we are going to. I'm going to end the podcast right here. Next game, it's on Sunday, 6 p.m. Actually 6 a.m. Pacific time. And, well, there's still speculation whether the game's going to go on or not. But if we go on, or if the game's still on, then I'll see you guys after that Everton game at home. We have to win that one. It is a great time for us to respond, to redeem ourselves after the United game. And I believe Everton hasn't won a game yet. They drew 3 games and lost 3 games. And Frank Lampard is still in charge. And Partey might be coming back on Sunday, but we will have to see. Hopefully Arsenal will have a good game that day. So thank you guys for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed this thing. Subscribe, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in a bit.